the more I spend with church leaders and other churches, and you start to kind of model what people are doing. If you're a church of 50, then and you've got a kind of a single minister who's leading it, you might need some kind of support around the outside, but most of that time that's kind of voluntary. But if your church starts growing and you get to 75 or 100, suddenly like the dynamics of that change, and you as a leader, you're not going to be able to get to know everyone anymore, or know everyone's passions, and know where to place people in serving in their gifting. And you're dealing with less. But as you grow to 100, you need to kind of start to have some structures and systems in place and some dedicated time. And so you need to kind of start to develop that. And I think one of the things I've noticed in churches is that we're often really good at kind of raising up and training our next minister to come into a post, but we're not really great at training up leaders at those areas of like, okay, we want you to oversee the welcome, we want you to oversee the care groups, we want you to oversee our outreach and our mission, and so developing teams and leaders in those areas. So those are the things that can really make a difference. So when we talk about administration, we can often think it's kind of like it's restrictive and it stops you from doing stuff. And maybe you've had an experience with a deacon or a treasurer that's been like that, but that's not our heart at the church office. How I think for us is, how do we enable ministry to happen? How do we get alongside a senior leader and say to them, right, what are some of the areas that you're weak in? What are some of the areas that you need help in? Like, let's take that off you and let's do it.